Okay, hello everyone, and welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you're joining us from. And yeah, thank you so much for joining my talk. My name is Fátima. I worked as a product marketing specialist at Gamelight, and today I'm going to be talking about Gamelight's rewarded revolution and how we have been redefining mobile marketing. So yeah, let's get to it. So first, let's start by maybe contextualizing Gamelight a bit. Gamelight is the largest AI-powered rewarded marketing platform in the market right now. It was created in 2022 and it's currently headquartered in Hamburg, Germany. In just these few years since its inception, Gamelight has become a major player in mobile marketing, helping developers and publishers alike reach their ROAS and engagement goals. We are currently active in 13 geos, including top geos like the United States, United Kingdom, Japan, Korea, France, or Germany. And we also have an international team. We encourage working both on site and remotely. And that's why we have over 15 different nationalities present in our team. And yeah, central to our success and to this revolution that we're going to be talking about, it's our AI algorithm. What it does is analyze user data and patterns to basically make sure that the right games are delivered to the right users and vice versa, that the right users are delivered to the right games and apps. And all in all, just enhancing engagement and retention for our partners. But this is something that we'll explore more in a few minutes. And yeah, we integrate with top MMPs like AppsFlyer, Adjust, and Singular, offering in general flexible and data-driven solutions. So since we were created back in 2022, we've received several accolades and several recognitions within the industry. For instance, in the latest AppsFlyer Performance Index, which came out in late 2024, we were recognized as the number one rewarded source globally. This is a big, big achievement. We were ahead also of like big rewarded sources that have been in the market for way longer than us. And I think it's a proof of the change that we're making and the charge that we're leading. Um, in this AppsFlyer Performance Index, we also ranked in the top two in the casual gaming vertical across all channels in geos like Western Europe, Japan, and South Korea, which once again proves that our success is not going unnoticed. In this way, we've also received several awards, several recognitions, some of them because of our technical part. So basically awards that recognize our AI algorithm, our AI technology. But then other awards have been more focused on the results that we delivered. In this sense, we received awards like top 3 best advertising and UA service at the Pocket Gamer Awards. We were named the best app advertising platform at the App Growth Awards. And similarly, we were also named the best mobile marketing platform at the Digiday Technology Awards. But that is not all. More recently, earlier this month, I think, we were featured in Singular's ROI Index, and we were named a top ROI driving UA channel, ranking in 15 out of the 21 total categories. So once again, an amazing achievement, and proof that we are making a change. Also in Singular's third quarter report, which came out also in late 2024, we were named the top ad partner We ranked among the absolute leaders in ad spend growth, the growth leaders in percentage growth, and we covered up to 12% of the total spend in match three games. So these are all the accolades and awards that we have receiving um, in the past, and that attest to our rewarded revolution. But I think it's important to also define what rewarded user acquisition refers to, because I think there's, I don't know if a misconception, but usually we tend to think of rewarded user acquisition as something that happens pre-install. So basically, apps, games that encourage users to download the app or the game, and once this happens, the rewards disappear. Well, that is not what we do. We are actually focused on post-install engagement, because, in the long term, in the long run, what it does is foster this long-term engagement and retention. So rewarded UA in general refers to a marketing strategy in which users are going to get some sort of reward for engaging with an app. These rewards are usually in-app rewards like virtual currency or items that they can use in their app journey and can help them or benefit them somehow. But as I said, in the case of Gamelight, this is only going to happen after the installment. We work with two different types of rewards. As you can see there, we have playtime rewards and we have event rewards. Playtime rewards are those that are based on the active time that a user spends playing a game or app. And they function on a very basic basis of the more you play, the more you earn, or the better rewards you get. So what it does is, once again, foster this consistent and like long-term engagement with the app. And then on the other hand, we have event rewards. These are rewards that are tied to the achievement of certain milestones or the completion of certain events within the game. And these sort of rewards can help reduce the churn rate. Maybe if a user is not so interested anymore or it's lacking some sort of motivation, these special events can make this motivation spike up again. So by combining these two rewards, playtime and event, what we do is, on one hand, encourage a consistent engagement and basically increase the retention rate in general, and then also keep the motivation alive and somehow keep the users on their toes by offering, let's call them, special rewards tied to different events. So let's make one thing clear, though. We did not invent rewarded user acquisition. Actually, rewarded UA has been around for more time than we have been. But it is true that, in general, historically, it was always considered a secondary strategy. It was more like a side strategy used to diversify user acquisition portfolios, but it was never in the spotlight. It didn't even get 10% of the investment that was destined to user acquisition strategies. But this changed when Gamelight disrupted the market and brought its innovative approach. And what it did, what we've done, is create a dynamic model in which we not only deliver high volume of users, but also these users are high quality and high value, and they are delivered at scale. What this means is that basically through our AI algorithm, about which I'll talk about in just a minute, we deliver users to the games and apps that we know are statistically most likely to enjoy the games and to convert. So because we're delivering these users that we know from the analysis that we've done are going to be like a great match, the quality of these users is higher, and so is the value as well. So it's basically just a win-win situation for everyone. Developers and publishers win because they're getting quality audience, an audience that is going to stay there long term, is going to convert, is going to monetize over time. But also players win because they're getting games recommended that they're going to enjoy, and they stop being a passive actor in this user acquisition strategy and start being an active part of it. So rewarded user acquisition has several benefits, as I just mentioned, for all the parts involved. In general, they do offer a high return on ad spend, which obviously is going to make them an attractive option for marketers that are looking for cost-effective ways to acquire high-quality users. So on one hand, the user engagement and retention rates are gonna skyrocket. Basically, because once again, as I said, we're using an intelligent targeting. We're looking for users that are likely to engage with the game, and then we're offering the rewards to keep them hooked, to keep them motivated, to keep them encouraged to interact with the app in a meaningful way, which means that the engagement and the retention are going to be logically increasing. Also, there could be a risk, of course, that maybe some users just interact with the app in order to get a reward, and then they leave. And I mean, of course, nothing is black or white in this life. There are many nuances, but this is not so likely to happen with the way we do rewarded UA. Um, because our rewards are not static, okay? Our rewards are dynamic, which means that they are going to be adapted to every game and also every user. So if I receive a certain reward, that doesn't mean that another user that is using the same game as I am are going to receive the same. The rewards are created according to user behavior, user patterns, their demographics, and whatnot. And because they're like so highly personalized, they also are more likely to keep users engaged and, as I said before, on their toes. So yeah, also rewarded platforms bring loyalty programs for your games, which can help you drive a sustained engagement. Um, the targeting obviously is just overall better because, once again, we're running away from this traditional targeting, this very broad outreach, and we are instead focusing on targeting people that are likely to enjoy and convert. And this is going to translate, of course, in also a better user quality. We're not focused on quantity, we're focused on quality, we're focused on users that convert and that bring benefit to your game, but also can get something out of it. And lastly, rewarded platforms can also help you access new audiences. For instance, in the case of Gamelight, all the users that we deliver to our partners come from our own platform, which means that, first of all, it's users that we know thoroughly. But also, these are users that maybe otherwise you could have not accessed. So, yeah. So, as I said from the beginning, something that is central to our success and the main or one of the main parts of our rewarded UA platform is our AI algorithm. What this algorithm does is analyze data from users to understand them better, then deliver personalized recommendations and overall just enhance user engagement and retention. So what we try to do is, once again, run away from this very traditional broad outreach that was used before. Yeah, in traditional user acquisition, there are like certain, let's call them buyer personas, like certain types of people that are going to play certain types of games. And if a user steers away from this, they're not going to be targeted. But that's not accurate. I think right now we can all agree that what we need is a personalized approach to user acquisition because users are very diverse and very dynamic as well. So yeah, that's what our AI algorithm allows us to do. Be very precise and cater our offers as much as we can. So the AI algorithm analyzes three different types of data. On one hand, we have demographic data, anything pertaining to age, gender, location, you name it. Then we have gaming history. So these are the preferences of the user, what genres they usually enjoy, what genres they don't enjoy, how they interact with their games and whatnot. And then we have behavioral patterns, which can be if they complete events, what sort of events they complete, how much time do they play, and all of these things. And as I said, this is a dynamic. This is a dynamic analysis, meaning that, demographic data more or less will stay the same, but the gaming history and patterns can change. But the algorithm is gonna be aware of this and is gonna catch on these differences and update accordingly. So yeah, as I said, our AI algorithm and our AI technology has been fundamental to our success. Because by analyzing these massive amounts of data and by doing it in a dynamic, almost real-time way, it allows the game publishers to achieve a maximum ROI, boost retention, target optimal users, and do so at scale. So some of the benefits that this brings is that, first of all, ROAS and retention rates are maximized. When I talk about ROAS here, I like to imagine not only talking about the money we spend, but also the time we spend. Because again, by using this intelligent targeting, by knowing that the person or the people that we are targeting this game or this app to are going to be very likely statistically to enjoy it and to convert, the time that we spend and the money that we spend is spent wisely. We're not wasting clicks, we're not wasting interactions, we're not wasting time. We're doing it in a precise way, we are sure, and in this way, ROAS and retention rate just skyrocket. Then, because once again, we're acquiring users that are quality users, very likely to enjoy your game because we know them. The lifetime value and the average revenue per user are also gonna increase. As I mentioned before, our AI algorithm is optimized in real time, which means that there's no need for you to manually adjust it to check if there's been some changes in the patterns or the behavior of users. He's going to catch on that and it's going to adapt automatically. And it also has a very short learning phase. You don't need to spend weeks or months waiting to see if there's been some results. It takes a very short time to set up, and then you can just let it do its job and just see its benefits. And also, it requires a minimal effort by user acquisition managers. There's no need for manually adjust bids or do any sort of adjustments. As I said, the AI algorithm does the things on its own, which means that UA managers can focus on other tasks that need their expertise more, and it frees them from this from traditional UA that sometimes can be a bit hassly. It is important to mention at this point that, as I said, the AI algorithm is nurtured from data from users, but this data is obtained in a very ethical and transparent way. Users consent to share this data with us, and it's not just a consent of ticking a box of oh, I agree, and that's it. No, they actually have to go to the settings and allow us to do it, which means it's a very they're aware of what they're doing. And for sharing this data, they get, of course, some sort of rewards. So think about this as, well, we have traditional ad viewing in which players, people are passive actors. You see an ad, you almost have no say in this. You just see an ad and that's it. And once it's over, it's over. In this case, users receive offers that are targeted to them, and then they also get a share of the ad revenue. So again, they become an active player. And also, they can withdraw or revoke the consent to access their data at any point very easily. So once again, this data is treated in a very ethical and transparent way because we are concerned with this. And yeah, just some other things to talk about here. As I said, Gamelight also works as a we have our own apps and we have a loyalty platform built into the Gamelight ecosystem through which players can earn loyalty points through active gameplay and event completion. And then these loyalty points can be exchanged for real life gifts and rewards, which once again boosts retention and engagement. And Gamelight works through a self-serve dashboard, which means that for publishers or partners or people that want to partner with us, it takes literally minutes to just set up a campaign. They just have to like select a few things, also the types of targeting that they would like to implement, and just let it work. So yeah, it's something very easy, something very simple, but that brings outstanding results. But I've been talking a lot about yeah, how good it works on paper, all the benefits that it has. But I think sometimes an image is worth 1,000 words. Or in this case, we don't have images, but we have data, which is, I think, as yeah, as important. So I'm going to talk about a few case studies that we've done in the past with some mobile publishers. But anyways, if you're interested in more, you can always go to our website and the case study section that we have designated there, because I think they're quite interesting and they're worth to check out. So I am proud to say that we've been working with some of the top leading mobile publishers, and we've covered a wide range of genres. Anything from yeah, hybrid casual, puzzle, different types of monetization, mid-core strategy, anything you can think of. But today I'll just focus on a few of them because we only have so much time. So first of all, I want to talk about the case study that we did with Mattel 163. In this case, we're promoting some of their most popular apps like Uno and Phase 10, and this data in particular is from our campaign with Phase 10. Here, the aim of the publisher was to scale in key regions, United States, Japan, and 3 European geos, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. But to do so while also ensuring profitability, long-term growth, and a sustained player engagement. So it was not just about meeting certain goals and that's it, but to make sure that this growth was going to be something continuous and consistent. And I think it's safe to say that we did so. Here you can see the growth of the ROAS from day 7 to day 30. In the US, this growth was of 284%. In Japan, it was of 192%, whereas in the European geos, it grew for 201%. So what we did was doubled and tripled the ROAS across these key regions, driving a long-term user engagement and value, and basically confirming our ability to bring profitability for top mobile gaming publishers. Similarly, recently we also collaborated with Strepla to scale their hybrid casual title Cat Snack Bar. This is a campaign that was also active in the same regions as before: United States, Japan, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. And it was also active through Android and iOS platforms. And here the goal was to reach a large scale user acquisition while also meeting very strict and granular ROAS targets and achieving, all in all, full campaign profitability. And once again, the data speaks for itself. The ROAS by day 30 in the US increased in 52%. The average revenue per user also grew in 97%. Retention rate, in the same way, it also grew by 44%. And even though you cannot see it there, the user acquisition volume grew by almost 3 times, 2.78 in particular. So once again, goals were not only met, but exceeded. Some of the strategic moves that we implemented in this campaign to achieve these results include CPI increases that allowed us to unlock premium traffic. We also had, as I said before, very detailed ROAS goals, which allowed us to be very thorough when meeting them. And we also had 21 advanced in-app events that were tracked to obtain deeper engagement insights. But that is not all. We've also partnered with Joy City, another top mobile gaming publisher, We promoted some of their titles, but this campaign in particular is focused on our campaign with Gunship Battle. So here what we did was integrate our AI algorithm with an open targeting approach. And what this did was allowed us to access vast amounts of data that was input in the algorithm, and that allowed us to reach users who were, once again, very likely to engage and convert. But it also allowed us to access new audiences. So this is a campaign that was active in two years, Japan and the United Kingdom. And the goal for the day 30 ROAS was of 26.05%. And as you can see, it was surpassed. In Japan, we achieved 38.71%, whereas in the UK, we achieved a 35.37%. Also, we achieved a massive ROAS growth from day 7 to day 30. In Japan, this growth was of 213%. In the UK, this growth was of 143%. So again, quite outstanding data. And lastly, but not leastly, I would like to touch upon our campaign with Up Quantum. In this case, we promoted their title Legend of Slime, and this is a campaign that was active in the geos that we were active at the time. Nowadays, there are more. But yeah, you can see them there. And once again, we were just surpassing all the goals. The day 7 ROAS goal went 83% above target, whereas the day 30 ROAS goal went 91% above target. So what this does is just showcase the ability that Gamelight platform has to bring high quality users at scale and also bring profitability, long-term profitability for even top mobile game publishers. So yeah, I think looking ahead in 2025 and beyond, there are several trends that are going to be shaping UA. For instance, AI and AI automation is for sure going to have a central part. Privacy is also going to become a priority, especially because we are accessing more and more data from users. And also hybrid monetization models are going to become increasingly important. And these are all things that we're taking into account. So by focusing on an intelligent targeting and optimization that is automatic, and by having ethical practices always as a priority, I believe that Gamelight is not only part of this new era of mobile marketing, but it's kind of like leading it. So yeah, that's all from my part. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever, yeah, you can let me know. And yeah, thank you. Okay, so we have some questions here. I don't know how much time we have. What data supports the effectiveness of rewarded marketing over other user acquisition methods? I don't know if you're referring to like specific data, but at least focusing on Gamelight's case, I think the results that we've achieved with recent case studies, like the ones I just spoke about, how ROAS goals are always not only met but exceeded, retention and engagement rates are always increased. This shows that, yeah, rewarded UA actually works because it targets users that are gonna be very likely to be a good match with your game, that are gonna convert, that are gonna stay. So yeah, thank you so much. I have a direct questions to understand that does smaller studios make the most of Gamelight's tools in the same way that larger publishers do, or are there limitations they should be aware of? I'm not the most the ideal person to talk about this because I think people from the technical team should be ideal. But basically, I think there are no limitations. We work with both indie publishers, but also top mobile publishers. And as I said, we can make the most of any sort of budgets, any sort of like caps and CPIs. But yeah, I can definitely forward this question internally and get back to you with more accurate insights. How does rewarded marketing impact player lifetime value? So, as I mentioned before, both lifetime value but also the average revenue per user increase thanks to rewarded user acquisition. Because we are targeting users that, first of all, in Gamelight's case, we know them. They're users from our platform. So there's like a direct contact there. And we know these are users that convert over time. These are users that are going to engage meaningfully with your app in the long term. So of course, this is going to like impact positively, these sort of metrics. And I think we're out of time now. So yeah, you can always contact me or Gamelight on LinkedIn. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining me today. And thanks to GPC for having me. And yeah, have a nice day.